So today's video, I actually had to hype myself up because I was about to do the exact opposite. But I have been getting really good and a lot better at being there for myself and listening to myself in the sense of, catching the bad, learning to replace it. And so from where I was about 2 years ago, I am a 100% different person because of these little things. And again, with the self-sabotaging, you start to think like, am I worthy to talk about this? Am I worthy to share? But at the same time, considering how much I've grown, it's like I want to share that. I want you guys to know that it's possible to be happy, for one. It doesn't matter what you go through. If you end up getting depression in some way, or you just start to get like really bad self-habits and self-talk, it can happen to anyone. We all build up traumas and we just start to cake on these little layers into our little castle walls to where we feel safe. And yes, while we're safe, we might also not be enjoying life to its fullest. So today sorry for that long intro of life, but today we're going to be talking about how to stop self-sabotaging. So we all probably do it. So one of the most important steps to be able to stop the self-sabotaging, stop the negative self-talk, is to understand why you do it. Whether it be what we grew up being told, or the things that we just kind of adapted to create in order to handle everyday life. Consciously or subconsciously, it's like we all do these little things, or even if it's just as simple as, me doing this video saying, who cares? Who cares what I have to say? But at the same time, you have to know your worth and be like, hey, I care. You have to be there for yourself. But we're not to that yet because I'm ahead of myself. So self-sabotaging comes in a lot of different forms. It can be as simple as that negative self-talk in your head, saying that you're not good enough, saying that you're not worthy of the happy, amazing, wonderful life that you're wanting, or the opportunities that you're wanting, or just saying that it won't work because in the past it has not worked. So there are actually some scientific facts behind this. So as humans, we're creatures of habit. Things that we think, things that we do becomes engraved in our brains. We have little neurocircuits within our brain, and you can actually look this up, fact checked it all. And so the more that you think or do something, the stronger that path becomes. So whenever you start to do that, the circuits that you're not practicing as much, they start to kind of wither away, and that's how you kind of delete habits, delete old thought patterns, that kind of thing. So if you can understand it on a scientific basis, the more that you start to talk down on yourself, the more that you start to doubt yourself and think negative thoughts about your life, about the opportunities that come in, that brain neurocircuit is going to grow a ton, and it's just going to keep growing, and then eventually the good self-talk, all that kind of stuff, is literally going to dissipate. So it's when you start to realize that you have the control to retrain your brain, and I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. It took me a good year of solid self-work and just finally giving up the sadness, being like, I'm done. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't want to be the reason that I'm living a miserable life, We can't always choose what happens to us, but we can choose how we react to them. And I know that a lot of people say that, but if you can understand the science behind it, maybe that helps a little bit. So now that you know that, your brain has these little paths and circuits, and they grow, and then the ones that you don't use dissipate, you can start to kind of be like, okay, well, how can I start to train new thought patterns? How can I train new neurocircuits to grow stronger and strong enough to where these bad negative self-talk can dissipate? Sorry. I talk so fast that I get ahead of myself. So one of the things that I started doing, and kind of the story of my journey to start retraining my brain, was I started to journal. And it's really hard to get in the habit of. Again, if you don't do it every day, then starting it is going to be a little tricky. So even if you set an alarm on your phone, and you have to do it for you, you can't do it for anyone else, but when you see that alarm, you stop everything and you do it. Because if you put it off, you're then telling yourself, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Which then it'll become a habit of every time that alarm goes off, you'll put it away. So you need to promise yourself to just, when you see it, okay, I'll do it. Just given, I will do it. If you want to be happy, if you want to start, allowing yourself to embrace the good things and be one of those happy people that you just want to be. You deserve so much happiness. You deserve, all of us deserve to live a beautiful life, and you know, give it to yourself. Allow yourself to have it. So, back onto that, journaling. That was a really big thing for me, and I started just, you know, the whole gratitude thing, everyone says, write 3 things you're thankful for. But seriously, do it. Even if you had a crappy day, like every single night even, I have a little journal next to my bed, and I won't lie, I don't always do the things I'm grateful for, but I've at least gotten a habit where I pick up my journal every day regardless. Even if it's just to like write some feelings really quick, mental check, what am I thinking? And the other thing is, and it's so hard when you're so used to down talking yourself, and I've actually used this with a couple friends who have come to me for help, and it has helped significantly. When you get offered that amazing business opportunity and then you start to think down on yourself, can you tell yourself, like, is it possible for you to tell yourself, maybe, just maybe, I'm being offered this for a reason. Maybe, just maybe, I am good enough. Maybe, just maybe. If you can't take the full step to, I'm good enough, can you at least just think, maybe, just maybe? Like, is there a possibility? Because yes, there is a possibility. There's a possibility for anything and anything you could ever want. So if you can start making a bridge to that, oh yeah, I'm there. Start bridging it. Find easier feeling thoughts, slightly better feeling thoughts, and catch yourself. Because there's times where I will be angry. I don't know why. I just wake up mad. And it happens. We're human. We have to feel those emotions. You have to understand them. But at the end of the day, if there's no rhyme or reason except you're just used to feeling bad, then ask yourself, why am I doing this? Remind yourself, I'm in charge of this. I'm choosing this. Can I pick a better feeling thought? And then start trying to. Like I said, it won't just happen overnight. But those small little tweaking, and sometimes you'll get mad at yourself. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes you're like, screw it. And sometimes you just gotta feel that way. But a majority of the time, just ask yourself and mental check yourself, did that thought serve me? Did that do me well? Is that helping me get anywhere? What is it that I really want in life? And are these thoughts serving me? So once you can give it up for yourself, and no one can help you if you don't want to help yourself. And so I think it really just depends on finding what works for you, and slowly, like, it's okay if you make a mistake, it's okay if something doesn't work, but it's just, again, that slow little tweaking. And so once you can get there, your life's gonna change so drastically. You're not gonna see it until you look back a year later. And then you're gonna be like, holy crap, that was me. I was that sad. And then you know what? Be like, bye. Hi, new me. I love you. Self-love. So with the journaling as well, one thing that I really like to do to kind of literally help form those neural pathways is going to be they call it like subliminals, but that's when you listen to it. But you can do the same thing with like mantras and stuff if you write it down, just over and over. So figure out who you want to be. What do you want to do? What do you want to be seen as in this world? What are the habits you want to do? So just start, and every day write it out, or you can say it aloud if you like print out a sheet of paper, put it across from your bed. For a while I had a little thing next to my nightstand, so at night I would kind of read through it, but just things like, I'm a good person, like I am beautiful, I am unique, like I am funny, I'm creative, and just allow yourself to be hyped up. You need to be the one to hype yourself up. And so every day, even if you aren't those things, so like even if you aren't yet a successful business person, tell yourself, I am a successful business person. And if you need to find a better feeling, like if you're not quite there yet and you just can't feel that, because a lot of this is you have to feel it. You have to start meeting that feeling of actually having it. So if you're not quite there yet, be like, I am becoming a successful business person. Becoming. You're not there yet, but you're becoming. Maybe, just maybe. Another point that I have written down. Also, I'm like so bad at staying on my tasks of life. I wrote this down, and it's funny. I actually planned this video 2 months ago. And then what I do? I self-sabotaged. I told myself, who cares? But again, we're here because I can't be a hypocrite. But again, we're all learning, we're all human, we're all going to go through it, and it's just believing in yourself enough to take the leap into the unknown. Stop looking for outside validation. So if you're trying to follow a dream and you're going to other people for their opinion, so this is one thing I used to really do. I used to be like, oh my gosh, should I dye my hair? Should I do this? Should I do that? I asked everyone else's opinion, and I met my boyfriend and he started telling me like, I don't know, that's not my decision. You have to choose that. It made me so mad. I was like, no, I want someone else to pick it for me, because if it doesn't work, I can't blame anyone, but like I can't blame myself. I have to be mad at someone else, and that's kind of how it works. Like, it's so much easier to put it off on someone else, but then you have to slowly start reminding yourself, like, if you have a question, you're like, man, I just need to get some more other input, and again, there's both sides to it. Sometimes you do need other input, and other times if you're trying to make a decision for you, you are the only person who is truly going to know the answer. And sometimes the answer isn't always what you like, but you know the answer. Deep down, if you can sit there with it, you know what to do. So, and that also goes into following your dreams. If not everyone is going to see your dream the way you see it. They're not going to have the passion for it because it's not their dream. They have their own dreams to worry about. You are the one who's in charge of being excited and passionate and ready to go about your dreams. You can find people who share some of the common interests, but at the end of the day, you are the only one who sees this big picture of what you want in your life. They don't see it. And you can't expect them to. It's your dream. That's why it's yours, and that's why it's special. Coca-Cola, they filed for bankruptcy numerous amounts of times, and now they are literally like the #1 beverage company in the world. So if that says anything, believe in yourself. You need to be the one to believe in yourself. And if you don't, start journaling it. Start putting it in your head. And lastly, one of the big things is allowing compliments. Guys, we are or at least I don't know if you guys do this, but I know for me in the past, like I would paint something, I would do something that, you know, in the moment I was so excited about, and then after I'd be like, oh, it's not good enough. And everyone around me would be like, wow, that's great. And then you see it and you're like, it's really not. Like, don't lie to me. But then you're putting down their honest opinion. Why? Because you feel bad about yourself. Maybe you want like some more reassurance. But that's not their job. They're telling you what they think, and now it's your job to take it and be like, thank you. So that's where the negative self-talk comes in. If you start to tell yourself, oh, they're just saying that, that's going to become a more prominent brain circuit. So that's where you have to change it and be like, maybe, just maybe, they really do like it. Bam! So I know I jumped around a lot today, and I'm really, I have a lot to say, I guess. But if any of you guys have any questions or want me to like further on a topic, or if you even just liked this, I would really appreciate if you guys gave it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Again, rants by me. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy this. Don't forget that you are so worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. Happiness is out there. Just because you've had a bad past, just because things aren't good right now, does not mean that things cannot get better. Maybe, just maybe, things can be amazing. So, bye guys.